So we wanted to make a video about the changes that we did to our motorhome for the past 2-3 months since we came back from Romania and Russia. Yeah, because there are some interesting changes we did. So let's get right into
it.
So we put a new battery because we were relying on that Blue Yeti battery, and it was not very reliable. Sometimes you will go from like charging from 60-70% to 90% or discharging super fast. It was never too reliable. So we bought like a proper lithium battery with Bluetooth, and it has a bigger capacity, a bit bigger than Blue Yeti. It's 1280 watts capacity, and because we put it, we had to replace the old acid battery, and that came with a bunch of surprises because I didn't think that it will be more complicated. I thought this is going to be as easy as taking the gel battery and put the lithium battery and put the connections back.
Great job, dude. We got the screws out. That was really difficult. Then we lifted the battery out. Now we can put the new one.
Yeah, this is the old one. Fuck off, old one. But then it didn't work like that. No, because the way that the gel battery works is different from the way that the lithium battery works. So suddenly we could not charge from the car.
We charged really, really fast for a few minutes.
And
then all of a sudden, no more.
No more. So probably we burned the relay that is used to charge the acid battery from the alternator. So we fucked that up. I fucked that up because I was in charge of that thing. And then I had to recable a bunch of things, and then I realized that the inverter that was in this motorhome was not suited for lithium batteries. I had no idea that there are different kind of inverters. Okay, so this is the situation here. This is a piece of wood. So basically we can strap the battery in here and it fits, and yeah, it was kind of dirty inside, but I think now we're good to do that. So now, in order for the battery to stay here in place, we put these door stoppers here and here, because I measure where the battery is, and we'll have this strap, I put there with some screws, and it will go on top of the battery, so it keeps it in place. So you see, strapped here, like this. Okay, and then some door stoppers in the sides, here and there. So basically, this ain't going anywhere. Yeah. So we ended up putting a new battery because of that, then a different inverter, a huge inverter. So we bought this new inverter. The old one worked only with gel batteries, so this one works with these batteries. And this is a huge one. It's 500 watts continuous and 1000 watts peak. So we put this here with our wraps. We'll put it better eventually, and then we have to wire this to the battery. And we put a fuse to the positive, and then the negative here, and then that's how it should be, and that should be simple. We never go more than like 300 watts peak. I never, even 200. We're not insane people.
It's quiet inverter. It's nice. It's nice and quiet. So in the end, we have the Blue Yeti and a new battery that we replaced. That was a replacement for the old battery that came with this motorhome. And then we got new solar panels. Woo!
More.
We got 3 more solar panels that we attached to this new battery. This time we just taped them on with like the special motorhome tape, so we didn't go through the whole process of like gluing it onto the roof. We just quite quickly taped them on. First we got 2 and then decided that we want more, and we got 3 new solar panels, so we have a lot of panels covering the whole roof.
So, Sasha?
And I can't get very high from here. But look, we put a 5th solar panel. Wow, 5. Yay.
Woo!
And the sun is gone now, but tomorrow It'll power us more.
Sasha is so tall she can go through the roof.
Yeah. You see Tio coming through the roof.
Yeah.
We just put this one. Yeah.
All these connections, I mean, God bless them.
God bless.
God bless this tape. So how many watts, you know?
620?
No, but for the new battery. There are 3 panels. You know how much? The switch?
I don't know.
130 watts.
Each?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
390 watts.
Okay. So
for
390 watts. But
for
we never,
one
of course,
battery.
got that much. Max, we got 170 so
Yeah.
far.
But it's still kind of winter.
Yeah. Still
In
March.
Spain.
It's March now. March.
In March when we record this video. But we basically put double-sided tape under the panels and motorhome tape around them because it doesn't make sense to
Super
put,
strong motorhome tape.
yeah, and we connected them in parallel this time. Parallel means, to put it simply, what matters for us is if one of the panels gets a bit of shade, it will not affect the other ones. If you put them in series, like Bluetti is, then a bit of shadow on one panel will affect the rest. But the Bluetti ones are put in a better position, so they don't get much shade at all. So now we have 260 watts for Bluetti and 390 watts for the Eco working battery. So that's a lot of solar panels. And I think we have space to put more if we want. We can put more.
Only in the curved part of the roof. Plus, now we have a new addition. We got a cable that you can charge Bluetti with from the car, basically from the alternator, however that works.
And it's not just a cable. The cable is the biggest part, but the most important is that the charger itself. It's a charger.
Yeah, we got a special charger.
Yeah, because we wanted to charge from the car itself as well, because there are many cloudy days. For example, these days was really cloudy, like many cloudy days and many cloudy days ahead. So you can't just rely on solar. If it's a bit of cloudiness, then you will get like 10% of the, even if you have 1,000 watts of solar panels, you'll get nothing. So we wanted to charge from the car, but to do that, to charge the battery that we put is, from what I can tell, quite complicated, because you have to charge from the panels, then from the car, and then switch between the two. So we didn't want to go to all
Also,
of
you
that
have
shit.
you have to really know what you're doing, because you can also screw up the car itself, the alternator, and whatever else.
Yeah, it's this Bluetti charger one. What they do good, these Bluetti folks, is that they make everything simple. Not very reliable, but quite simple to install. So all you had to do is to get the cable. So everything comes into one package. It's a cable that goes into a fuse, and then it goes into this charger box. And this charger box is just plug and play into the Bluetti unit. And that's all it is. And when we drive, we just plug that into Bluetti and we put 500 watts. We put 500 watts of power. So it means that we drive for an hour, we put half of the Bluetti battery. So far it was fantastic because it really helped us. You may not realize, but like you want to go even 20-30 minutes to a shop to buy something, and then by the time you return, it's so nice to like be able to charge the battery while you are driving. So yeah, new battery plus the charger plus solar panels. I think now we are overpowered.
We have a lot of power. I think it's more than enough. Okay, then we got a new mattress. Woohoo! Unwrapping a new mattress. The mattress we had before was just like a old sponge mattress, a bit not that comfortable. Quite uncomfortable because it was like always fall, like you always leaned on one side, and
my side.
Tio kept on falling into a hole.
The other mattress was like 7 centimeters thick, so not very thick. This one is like 12, almost double. So it's much more comfortable, especially for me. It's a huge improvement.
It extends the bed a little bit because of the way the bed is set up.
We also had to take the motorhome to a doctor doctor for motorhomes, and we finally changed the distribution belt. This was something we had to do since the moment we bought the motorhome. They told us you have to change the distribution belt, and we did an oil change and the water pump, whatever it is. When they change the distribution belt, they change a bunch of things. So we paid like, how much did you pay? I think 670 or something like that.
For that and an
For
oil
everything.
change and the services, whatever, yearly maintenance. And speaking of the mechanics, we passed the mechanical inspection. Woo! We were a bit worried about that because here in Spain you have to homologate everything, including the solar panels and the satellite internet and anything extra you do. Probably the hole we made in the bathroom needs to be homologated. So luckily they didn't say anything about homologating anything. That's this time. Let's see about the next inspection. But we were happy that we passed it, and they checked the brakes, they checked every bunch
The
of
lights.
things. The lights, yeah. So that was good. That was a big go.
Yeah, it costs like 54 euros or so, and we have to do it every 6 months. That's what sucks about this car, because it's registered not as a motorhome but like a truck, like
A living truck.
the truck you can live in.
Camioneta viviendo.
So we have to do it again. Camión en vivienda. You have to, in a way, it's of course it's good to have a car that everything is fine for the car and so forth. So it shouldn't be a problem to do this inspections, but of course it's some stress and some money and some time lost.
Yeah, and you always have to go there and do it, and then always worry about if they're gonna say something about homologating all this shit. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
Another thing that we started to do is seal off the entire motorhome. So put this Sikaflex, is called. It's just a company who makes this sealant, and I did the entire roof. So that's really great because the previous sealant was kind of really fucked up. So we really don't want water to get into this motorhome. It's better to do it before something happens. And we did one side of the motorhome with the top is white, the one side is gray, because we want to make it also look nice. So we have to seal this again because it looks really bad. This, see, and you don't want water to infiltrate into the motorhome. That would be really terrible. So I did this part. Looks nice now. I sealed off everything. Like a look. It's not like super pretty, but it's functional. We will show you the end result when we finish all of this. This is the biggest thing that we still have to finish the other part of the motorhome and eventually paint the motorhome. But so far it's good because there are some rainy days these days. So
Yeah, it's been quite rainy, and so far it's still staying dry, so that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The internet. How do we do the internet?
We put the satellite internet up.
We want to put Starlink, and we put it there. But we need to put a cable through the motorhome. We already have this gland here. No, but I cannot. We cannot put the wire to that gland. So I'm going to drill a hole with this through the motorhome, to the roof of the motorhome, and put another gland to put the cable for powering the Starlink. So interesting to drill a hole to the motorhome, to the roof. Look at this. It's just wood for now. This lot of wood. That's good. And Sasha will bring me some. Give me the vacuum. We still have to drill more. We bought this from Pencil because we have to put something. It is hard on plastic. So we put this to the hole, and it fits. This will put it with some Sikaflex, and then that's it. Huh? This is the top part of that thing.
The multicolored pen of the unicorn.
Okay, so we put this unicorn. I put some sealant around it, and then this will go on top. Like this, so it's protected from everywhere. I put sealant on this too, and then tape, and then all good. So this is how it looks like after I put some Sikaflex on top of it. As you can see, you can move this quite easily. And now we will wait for it to dry, and then we put some of this tape all around it, and that's it. Okay, so this is how it looks like after I put this tape. So it's a lot of protection from the water penetration, because it's that Sikaflex under, plus is that tube that's up, plus these things. I think it's good enough. This is the support for Starlink, but you know, this bar, it's not very well designed for this support because it's too narrow, and I mean, this is very strong. It stays here. You can screw it in both sides. I put another screw here so that it keeps it tight, but I also put these two things, 1 and 2, to stay under the support, because the main problem would be if it goes like tilted one side or the other. But if these things are under, you know, like this, I think it will keep it from ever sliding, just like safety mechanisms and with zip ties. And now I'm going to put some Sikaflex in between the screws so they can stay and not going to unscrew, and then some of this tape, and we are good to go, I think. This is the dish there, the satellite dish. So far everything works fine. The infamous Starlink. Because yeah, we can talk more about this in another video, but maybe there is no better option to get proper and reliable internet than satellite internet, because these 4G, 5G networks, yeah, I'm not sure how reliant they are. So far we had 4G connections kind of everywhere, and we went to a bunch of places that shouldn't have a signal normally. So we see how it goes. It's extremely expensive, 81 or 82 euros a month, plus 400 euros the dish, plus some support to put the dish. So the internet works great. I mean, no complaints, unless it's under a tree, then the ZTE is not going to work anymore. But that's
no solar and no internet. So
yeah, trees are the
try to
enemies.
avoid trees. Yeah, we also found a way to store an extra 30 liters of water. So basically, we just put them under this bench in bottles, and we just keep it there in case we need extra water. We have 100 liters in the tank. In case we run out, we have extra, so that's good.
Yeah, 5 liters bottle, 6 of them, they fit perfectly fine. So in case of emergency, you know you have 30 more liters of water. So that's We also found an easy way to put some lights into the cabinets that were kind of dark, because many times we had to put this headlamp to go into the cabinets and see what's there, the food and the dishes and so forth. And we put these sensor lights that are very cheap, like 4 or 5 euros each, and you just glue them with the magnet. It's like a magnet on one side and the other, so you can put them anywhere, and we keep them charged, and I think they last for, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's as simple as that. No wires required. It's a simple solution to have that. Speaking of lights, my dream came true finally. I was dreaming about LED lights for a while now to put in my room when I was living into my room, but never dared to put LED lights because for some reason I don't know. But finally, for 9 euros, I bought these LED lights that have glue on one side and the LED lights on the other, and it's like 10 meters of like a strip of LED lights. And yeah, I put them one night and I was so happy. I was so happy about that. I put them around the motorhome, coming inside. And it's it's not like a silly thing, to be honest, because it really makes a difference. Like at night, it's so much better than having these bright lights on your head and your forehead and your eyeballs. I hate that. But you put these LED lights that are like yellow, for example, you put the yellow light, a lot more calm, a lot easier to,
Yellow, green, blue, red.
Stop it. Jesus Christ. Stuff. So these LED lights, yeah, you can change the colors, and you can even have this party modes that they kind of synchronize with the music. We are yet to throw a party here with the LED lights, but just I love the LED lights. Yeah, I love the LED lights. Okay, let's.
Okay, speaking of that, we also made a music station just above our heads. It's not much really. It's just that we put the ukulele there.
What are you doing, Sasha?
I'm putting my ukulele on the wall.
What's your system
Look
there?
at that. It's quite simple. We got this guitar ukulele holder, and we put some of these things, little adhesive thingies, and then we got this bungee.
Mhm.
And when it's on the wall, it doesn't hit the wall.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good when we're driving.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's quite crazy
Really
actually.
nice.
It fits perfect. Like if it was half a centimeter bigger, it will not fit. So we finally put the telescope into the closet, and it fits perfectly fine. So far, it has not been damaged by our off-road challenges, off-road attempts. So if it's perfectly fine with Sasha's mattress, the orange mattress under, and some jackets on top to keep it from banging around. But if it's perfectly, it's amazing. It really, it's just like exactly like the ukulele. So I'm so happy the telescope it's there, and
it's cushioned all around, and so far seems like it hasn't broken. Then, unexpectedly, the water pump started leaking, which maybe we should have expected because it was going off randomly quite often, kind of all the time. It was getting annoying. We were a bit concerned about it, so it's no big surprise that at one point we were sitting at the table and felt a huge puddle of water underneath our feet, and then opened up the seat below and to find that the water pump was leaking quite a lot. Unfortunately, that was over a weekend when we were already meant to leave.
Sunday, no?
I think it was Saturday, but
Saturday.
yeah, it's even worse because it's like Saturday in Spain, everything's gonna close early. We went to look for a water pump all over the place. Everything was closing or didn't have. And then finally we went to a boat shop, like a shop that sells boats. And they had one for 170 euros, which is super expensive. But because we needed it like right then, last minute, we bought it, we replaced it, and now we got a new water pump. So that's good.
That's more powerful and consumes twice as much energy, but luckily we have. So the other one consumed like 50 or so watts whenever it was pumping water. This consumes over 100 watts. But it just goes on for like not just like 10 seconds maximum, I think, at a time. So it depends how much water you use. And we have to put a filter also for it, but we will do it in these next weeks. Yeah, so we did a bunch of little improvements here and there. We put a trash bin finally because we never had a trash bin, and it's an okay trash bin. And we put the absorbing powder into like a baby bottle. What is that bottle?
No, I think it's like a ketchup bottle with no ketchup.
Oh, ketchup bottle.
Yeah, empty ketchup bottle.
But it works quite fine because instead of buying little packages of this powder that we use for the poopy situations, this one you just put this powder. You buy a bag of powder and put it into this bottle, and you put as much as you want.
You squeeze the ketchup bottle. You put that into the bag, and then you do what you gotta do.
And yeah, so we did a bunch of things, and we don't have that many more. I had a huge list that was stressing Sasha probably.
Yeah, it was really big, non-stop list. never-ending things to do.
But I can see the benefits of many of the things that we did, to be honest, especially with the power situation. And I'll make a separate video about all the power
Now we don't worry
situation.
about power. We can power the laptop all day.
All night, more importantly. Okay, next videos will be a lot more about our adventures and stuff than what we did to the motorhome.
Because now we already in the south of Spain.
South of Spain, and we filmed a lot.
Andalusia.
So.
So. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.